Well, hi folks, Doyle Dykes here. You want to smell like daddy? You want to smell like daddy? Watch this. Oh, look at you. What do you want? Come here, come here. It's okay. Oh yeah, you're a good girl. Look at that. Every day I said, do you want to smell like daddy? This is little Egypt. Say hello, Lily. Hey, Lily. Look at her grab me around with her. Oh, she is. I tell you, she is a smart dog. Oh, she's a good girl. Yeah, you smell like daddy. She always runs to me. And I'll tell you what that's about. Thank you. Right here. And you want to smell it? Oh, she did. Oh, yeah, she did. We'll put it right there. Okay, got some on her head. Got some, oh, yeah, she loves that. Just a little tiny bit is all you need. But it's called Silk Infusion. Now, I'm not getting paid by these people or anything like that. But my daughter said, Dad, why don't you put some tips, road tips, different things that you use or that you do on the road or at home or whatever with guitars. And this is one of the coolest things. I mean, I was using this before because you just put a little dab on your hair and you just comb right through it. And so you can get it like in a place like TJ Maxx and like this. And I think this was, I don't know, $16.99. One bottle of this can be over $20. Just that. And the same size bottle. And look at this. And so you just have to find it at the right time. You can get, I have a little small bottle that I keep on the road. And so I carry this everywhere. If you're trying, it's called Silk Infusion. If you're trying to shine your shoes real quick, you don't have time for anything else. I'll just take my boot off real quick. And this is an older pair of boots. And see that? Just put just a little dab. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. All you need is a drop, and just like this. I mean, look at that. It's just, I don't know if you can even tell it that much, but it's, the difference is amazing. And if you put, and of course you can put it on the sides, but here's the cool thing. If you have a pair of shoes or sneakers or something, and especially I have leather sneakers or walking shoes. They're a little bit tight, and especially in the morning, if you know what I mean. Put a little bit on your hand, they just slide right on. It's the most amazing stuff I've ever seen. Who told me to use this on my boots? My boot maker, and CL Wallace. And I didn't wear my CL Wallace boots. I meant to have them on today. I have several pair. He makes boots for me. He is San Angelo, Texas. But he said, Doyle, if you want to shine them up a little bit, just get some of that chi. Now, there's another name on it, but that's the easiest way to say it right there. And but it also, of course, it works great on your hair. But it also works like if you're putting on a belt. I mean, especially, sometimes you're trying to get through customs and you're trying to get that belt out. This stuff, it just slides right out. It's just amazing. And put a little bit on your fingertips. Now, I don't put them on my guitars. And I mean, because it might leave some kind of residue that'll, deaden the strings or something like that. But that's just one little thing. And so I just want to share that with you. A little tip. Don't forget, we've been helping our buddy promote this book. You can get them online. Go to Amazon or Books A Million, wherever you buy books. And just look it up on the internet. Amazing. Bakersfield guitars. Another friend of mine, Wayne Moss, just sent me his new book. So I'll be reading that. And speaking of books, I also have my own book. Thank you for ordering this. A lot of you have really been supporting us. It's called The Lights of Marfa. It also has a DVD in the back. And they're only $15. And the DVD has an amazing recording session at Sound Emporium. Some great fiddle players played on there, Andy Leftwich being one of them, of course, and Aubrey Haney, and let's see, we also had Jimmy Capps on the guitar, and John Gardner on drums, Dave Pomeroy, And Haley ended up singing on it. And I wrote a song called The Lights of Marfa. We did a full session. And it was David Huff was the engineer. It was an amazing time. Then Dwayne Eddy played on that as well. And then I did little excerpts of songs for all of the song titles. Little E's having a fun time in my guitar room right now. Has a lot of photos in here. These are stories of my life, unusual things that God's done for me that you can't calculate it any other way. Even Eric Johnson said that, because he's in it. And there's a story that pertains to him. And so The Lights of Marfa, we also have that on, I didn't know I was going to be doing this, so you can see the top of my head. But we also have it in the audio book. And I read the audio book myself in Chicago at the old Moody Radio Bible Hour studio built in 1924. The oldest remaining studio in the country, from what I understand. And you ought to see the doors are like that thick and they're solid mahogany. It is an amazing place. And then, of course, we have a lot of albums if you go to my website, but this was the latest one called Full Circle. And I use the old Martin that I got from Roy Clark. He had it for 30 years. And where did he get it? He actually got it from me, but I got it from my uncle. It's a long story, but that story is also in my book as well. But the part about getting it back was not, because that was after I wrote the book. Full Circle tells it all, especially when you hear the music. And also, we've had a lot of requests for this, and it's live sessions. I did this at Ricky Skaggs' studio, and so this has Tom Emanuel played on it. Of course, John Gardner played drums. Dave Pomeroy played the bass. My brother played keys. Caleb, my son's on it. Oh my goodness. Of course, Jimmy Capps, Andy Leftwich, Rob Ikes. Tommy played on there. One of the greatest things, musical moments I ever had was with him, and also Steve Warner. It was just a tremendous time with Steve. We played Oh Danny Boy. Did that at his studio. And so Steve Warner, anyway, one of my favorite people, much less one of my favorite musicians. And so anyway, amazing. So live sessions, we have them back. There's also footage that I did in England at my friend Robert Wilson's house, and also at Nebworth House. And which is where Michael Keaton did Batman. And it has beautiful shots of the grounds, and Lord Henry Lytton Cobble was right there with me. And I did a song that I wrote for them, Nebworth Dream. I wrote for the house. He said, "Oh, we haven't had a song written for the house since the 1800s." I said, "Well, it's about time for a new one." So you'll see the house in the King's Speech, the big party that his brother threw. That was the room I played in. And also Winston Churchill painted a painting of that room. It's in the room. And Michael Keaton and Batman, Kim Basinger's, they're sitting at this big long table. And she said, "What'd you say?" She said, "Do you like this room?" And he said, "I don't think I've ever been in this room." And then they went to a smaller room, which a little breakfast kind of place, which is the family eat-in kitchen of the Lytton Cobble family. And I'd spent a lot of time in there with them as well. In fact, I remember one time their daughter Mowena came in, and he said, "Play something on the guitar." And so she played something for me. They asked me to play something. And I said, "Well, this is just some Travis Merle. I got from Merle Travis." She said, "Who?" And I said, "Merle Travis." She said, "There was a man named Travis?" And I said, "Yeah, Merle Travis, where all that came from." She says, "My guitar teacher has been teaching me Travis style picking. I never put a person with that." "And you knew him?" I said, "Oh, yeah. I met him through Grandpa Jones, and he taught me what I was showing them. He taught me how to do that." And it was really cool to be in England and hear something like that from a young person. Anyway, I had some great experiences. And so if you want to get my book, also Willie's book. And don't forget this, Silk Infusion. This is amazing stuff. And it'll change your life. What can I say? God bless you, folks. Thanks.